I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me.
It's happened to me too.
Okay, back on day number 2 here, Action Pool Tour stop number 6. We're at the Diamond Billiard Room in Midlothian, Virginia for the day 2 of the action. There were 37 players at the start of yesterday around 12 noon, and now we're down to the final 8. We have four gentlemen on the undefeated bracket, and we're going to see 2 of them right now. We're going to see Chris Bruner, a local young man from this general Richmond area, versus Mr. Scott Roberts, a proprietor of Clubhouse Billiards in Lynchburg, Virginia, who defeated Sean Wilkie last night, among others, to get to this semifinal match on the undefeated side. And Scott's a real nice young man, and this ought to be a terrific match. This is a race to 9 ball. The winner of this match is guaranteed a trip to the hot seat in 3rd place. The loser is guaranteed 5th, 6th, even if he doesn't win the next round, either on the one-loss side. He's still 5th, 6th. We have also on another adjacent table, Roberto Gomez, the pre-tournament favorite, a professional from the Philippines, versus another young man from the Lynchburg area named Cameron Lanhorn, who's also undefeated, a young man, about 20 years old. Bruner is at the table, and he has a pretty self-explanatory looking layout. But he missed the 3. Scott Roberts is a nice young man, a guy who loves the game, is a good player. This is a tough shot. Nobody likes to practice this in the pool room, standing on one leg and jacked up. Chris pours that bank in softly and gets some kind of market on the 4 ball. Might have to come around 3 rails on his bottom left side to play for the 5 in the side pocket. Didn't hit it. Okay. Well, Scott's got to get the bridge probably for this shot, or shoot lefty, or get a cue extender on his cue. Jittery shot early. It's a little short of his mark there. He's going to probably have to put lots and lots of high left ball on this ball to carry to the 6. It's on the cushion. Looks pretty good to me. You have to reach again across the edge of the table. A little straighter than he might have liked. Scott Roberts takes down game number 1. This is a race to 9. Alternate break format here at Diamond Billiards, Midlothian, Virginia. Gracious host, Mr. Thomas Dorsey and his staff always treat us like kings. This is also the home of Rayman's Pro Shop. Ray Walters is our Action Pool Tour director and tournament director, and he's a very, very good cue repairman. And Richmond is really blessed to have Ray, Special Forces veteran and a real fine man here in this area. He runs tournaments, leagues, and he's a terrific individual. Scott broke the balls very, very nicely. How's this 3-ball? He's got an opportunity here. He's got an open opportunity on the 1, and he could fall on the 2 in the side pocket fairly easy if he decides to slow roll this ball. Well, he slow rolled it, but he missed it. Hit it too skinny. Gives Chris a nice opportunity here. Miss Chris has a ton of ability. Always loved his ability. It's always been a question of attitude with Chris. But he sure has the shots. Excellent shot on the 3-ball. He should be just fine from here, folks. Natural. He should be about straight in on the 7 after he makes this ball. Just like routine from here. Chris Bruner evens the count at 1 game apiece. The Action Pool Tour is a regional pool tour that plays in Maryland and Virginia, founded by Mr. Ozzy Reynolds, who really has around 6 years ago. I've been the voice of this Action Pool Tour. This is my 5th season. I'm George Hammerbacher, voice of the Action Pool Tour, advanced level instructor, Professional Billiard Instructor Association out of Baltimore, Maryland. And Scott might be locked up on the 7. I've been teaching pool since 1975 and playing since about 1963. I can only call what I can see. I can't quite see what the player sees, and that's going to be my disclaimer. I'll do the best I can with what I'm given. But on the break, each player incoming has the option, the first shot after the break, to push out or to let the other player shoot. And Scott gets a real nice opportunity here. Very nice opportunity. He has to just make this and come off, just get a little bit less than straight on the 2-ball. He's going to have to bank to 3. But this is easy bank. But he wanted to be straight in on the 3. He's going to have a tough shot. No. Sold out. The Action Pool Tour features lots of things. It has a break and run contest on Saturday night. It was up to $275 a ball. Last night. Also a second chance tournament for those unfortunates that got eliminated from the play. They can play a mini tournament for half price, half of what they paid to enter. There are 5 grades of players on the Action Pool Tour, from semi-pro like Chris Bruner here to professionals like Tony Gomez, Sean Wilkie, Eric Moore, Brandon Schuff, Mike Davis, some of the steady participants on our tour of the professionals. We've had Johnny Archer play here, Dennis Orcolio, and most lately James Aranis. Meanwhile, Chris is in a rough spot here. Well, he left a marginal shot for Scott. Scott might be banking this ball in the corner and playing safe up table. And leave distance in between the Q and 9 ball. The cut, if he hangs it up, he sells the game out. And these are tough pockets. Looks like he's cutting the ball now. Scott Roberts takes a 2-1 lead in this match. Additional sponsors. Ozzie Reynolds, like I said, he's the CEO of Q Sports International out of Las Vegas, and they're the owners of the BCA pool leagues. They're North American distributor of a product called Magic Rack, something that saves the wear and tear on your pool table, racking the balls, and when their balls are hit hard, they make pits in the cloth, and the balls don't rack well. You'll see the players periodically struggling with that throughout the course of play today. Scott comes up dry. Here's a big shot for Chris. He's either got a real very nice shot. Very nice shot. Chris gets a very nice roll to get to the 3 ball correctly. Well, he was playing fine position. CSI runs a bunch of great tournaments over the course of the year all around the country, including the big one in Las Vegas at the end of July at the Rio, where around 10,000 players from the BCA pool leagues descend on that venue like a pack of locusts to play pool and keep out of the heat. Professionals are there, everybody. It's a real jamboree. Haven't been there any number of times myself. But they also run the U.S. Bar Table Championships and tons of other regional events and state events and things like that. Scott might have the one reel kick at this ball. Actually, two reels. He'd come in reel first and try to pocket the four ball. He might not be able to squeeze all the way into the eight ball without probably scratching off the four, so he's going to probably kick at it from down to the bottom rail and up to the top where he's standing. That was very sharp. Oh, these are 4.5-inch pockets on this Diamond Pro Cut table. And the cloth is a little worn now, but plays beautifully. It's just the table has a lot of bite in it, and any balls that even touch the rail going down are going to bobble in these pockets. And playing out of pockets is an art form. Probably a little inside ball to kill the pill a little bit. Very well hit. You'll just roll forward slightly. Oh, that was a kind of a funny hit. But the 8 looks frozen. It's makeable, but he has to stretch for it. Well, so far he's Chris a little ragged in this match. This looks like he's going to try to cut this ball and play the overcut side and leave it along the top rail. Like this. Oh, it caught the point and he got the worst of that exchange, giving Scott a very, very fetching looking scoring opportunity here. Chris concedes this game and Scott takes a 3-1 lead. Beside Q Sports International, we also have Kamui products that include their Kamui tips. A lot of the players swear by the Kamui tips and the Kamui chalk. Once I was offered $50 for one cube of it at the U.S. Open a few years ago. I was sad I didn't have any in with me at the time. Wow. The 2 is in a tough spot there. It's on the cushion near the 3 ball. That's an easy shot in the side, but Scott might have to play for the bank on the 2. Or it might play in the side off the 3. A good safety instead. Good move. Other sponsors of the Action Pool Tour include Predator Cues and Predator Products. They make more than just high-tech cues and low deflection shafts these days. They're making cases, gloves, chalk, just about anything pool and billiard related. Predator Products are our motivation is innovation, and to keep winning. He was trying to go 3 rails and play the 2-ball, inventive sort of a shot, but so Scott's got a very nice opportunity. I wouldn't be playing any 3-8 or anything. I'd be playing for the 3 in the side, just like this. Perfect. He just gets a natural angle to drift down to the 4 with a little draw. Hit that a little bit cheesy. Still makeable. Got to use lots of right hand English and turn his cue ball loose. It was a careless shot on the 3-ball to be sure. Safety. Not frozen. 4 balls just a touch off the cushion. Chris's kick is stymied by that 6-ball that's right in front of him heading cross table. He's going to have to bend it back. Good hit. Watch the 9-ball coming off the second cushion. He'd love to play this high left, but the 9-ball might impede his path up table to the 5. That's what he's looking at now. Let's see if he can beat the kiss on the 9 if he goes with the high left. Nah, didn't have enough for that one. Safe again, gonna chip the 5 and try to come behind the 9. Only fair to so-so. Scott's had 2 good opportunities in this rack so far and failed to capitalize. A good hit. Also, our sponsorship family includes the Viking cues of Madison, Wisconsin. They originated in, and I lived in Wisconsin for several years, and I encountered lots of people wielding those weapons, and they're good cues, folks. Also, we have Tiger cues and Tiger products with the new X2 line. Real good shot. Scott Roberts ahead by the score of 4-1. It's a huge match. Winner of this is guaranteed at least third place. Loser has to win 2 additional matches to get back to the level that he lost in. Other sponsors we have include Ozone Billiards.com, just about anything for the pool and billiard games and game rooms. Ozone Billiards has got it, free shipping. Give them a call. Go online. They got strong inventory of different stuff. The players are playing with Aramith balls. They're playing with the Pro Cup Series with the red circle cue ball. Scott breaks in a ball, has a reasonable shot on the 1, but the 2 is all the way up table where he's standing on this top rail that he's shooting over. That's a good shot. He might be a little straight on it. They're playing on the Diamond Pro Cut table, 4.5 inch pockets. Ooh, right around that 5 ball. Didn't touch it. Playing on Simonis 860 tournament blue cloth, choice of discerning players worldwide. Simonis since 1680. That's a long time, even for an old guy like me to comprehend. Well, he didn't quite get out of that pocket without bumping the 4. I like him to play safe here behind the 9. Bring his cue ball back behind the 9. He has no market to try to do any business from this that I can detect. Instead he sells it out. He was playing the 4 ball safe, and this is the kind that Chris pours in all day long with shots like this. This boy is a shot maker, to be sure. And there's an example when you least expect it. That would have been a nice game to be up 5-1. But nobody said this was going to be easy for either of these 2 guys. This is middle diamonds. 1, 2, all hitting middle diamonds. Could not scratch taking that route. Bruner takes game number 6, trails 4 games to 2. Others of our sponsors include Rayman's Pro Shop here at the Diamond Billiard Room, Midlothian, Virginia. A great place. Our venue this weekend for stop number 6. Next month we'll be at Champion Billiards in Frederick, Maryland for stop number 7. Always draw great crowds up there at Frederick. And sort of a home game for me. I'm from Catonsville, Maryland, and I'm around 40-minute drive from Frederick, so it's a home game for me, no hotel room. like about most of these stops. We have a couple stops in Northern Virginia. We play at Sterling at the First Break Cafe, and we also play at Breaker Sky Lounge in Herndon near Dulles Airport. Those are some of our venues, and we also play at the real cathedral of our sport, which is the Q Master Q Club in Virginia Beach, Virginia, where they have 75 tables, great food, just great atmosphere. Their tournament room is 15 diamond tables that are just impeccable, about 8 feet apart. That was a fortunate break. Chris got, or Scott got the, maybe it wasn't. Good shot. Oh, that was a little bit less than desirable, I'm sure. Chris will have to kick the side rail at this ball or jump. He might make that 5 ball. It might come back and hit it, but it ain't going to reach a cushion. See, those 2 balls hit, but after contact, folks, the 4 or the cue ball or any other ball had to hit a cushion or a pocket, and that didn't happen. So Scott has ball in hand and a nice opportunity here. He has to get correct on this 5 ball, and he might end up having to play it in the corner. I think he's good in the side. His path will take him just close to the 6, but he should pass it and have an easy chance on the 6. It's got to hit it. He's got it in the side. He got lucky, but that wasn't. He still has to play some pull because he's got to stroke it, bring it off the cushion, and get to the 7, because the 8 ball is kind of dogging him there a little bit. He hit it well. It's just enough to make it, I think. I missed the 7. Another opportunity gone by. The Rayman's Pro Shop is located in this venue at Diamond Billiards. Ray Walters, like I said at the outset, is a tournament director, Action Pool Tour, and a real fine gentleman. A veteran and of the Gulf Wars, Special Forces, a real great man. Did he hit it? No. This is always tricky. That's too hard. That might go in the hole too. Yep. Both the players are having concentration lapses here. What an opportunity he let get away.
I'm blaming it on it being still AM.
Yes. Very much so.
Get out the blame thrower. Bruner takes down game number 7. And the trail's now 4-3. Scott could have really been out winging these last 2 games. He had nice opportunities, and they both eluded him. We also have as the sponsor, yours truly, George Hammerbacher, voice of the Action Pool Tour, advanced level instructor, Professional Billiard Instructor Association out of Baltimore, Maryland. I'm very convenient to the Baltimore-Washington corridor and Western Maryland. I'm literally at the end of I-70 and 695 and 40 minutes from Frederick, Maryland, and I do hands-on instruction, and I do have drills, exercises in a format, and I've been teaching since the mid-1970s, and I'll study your form and try to come up with concrete solutions, real adjustments to based on a system I have of measuring folks' fundamentals. I can teach you whatever I teach, from beginners to professionals.
He got caliber, he got the caliber bracket, he got pads for it, I had pads on it, all that, caliber bracket, motor on that side. I know they're so hard. Brake hose, I'm pretty sure the brake hose collapsed and locked up.
Okay. This is one where I still like the side on this ball.
You look at the driver, the driver's side, the brakes on it. So,
How you doing, Ray?
Doing well, George. How you?
Oh, I've just been in here extolling your virtues here, dropping some verbal sponsorial acknowledgments, as it were.
Well, we appreciate that very much, sir.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't want to go. That one wiped its feet off at the tradesman's entrance. That one wiped its feet, but it said he had a press engagement someplace else with somebody else. And this is curious one, because he has to spin it with the left, and that's going to probably take him away from the 5 ball unless he gets fortunate. Oh, a safety? Nah. The play here has been fairly lackluster these first 7 games, based on the level of players that we're screening at the moment. 11 a.m. after a long night of competition is what brings the best or worst out in players. But it's 11 a.m. for both of them, so.
That's a nice save that you just played there.
Considering this is only the 8th game and they've been playing 40 minutes, you can kind of tell that these guys are scuffling a little bit.
You gonna get that bump shape. There you go.
High right ball. Missed it. Oh, he just got up and kind of one-stroke that ball, right? He could never ask to have a better line on the 5, but the 6s should fit past the 8. He played shape like it was. Probably have to play 2 rails here. Maybe just one with a little high left ball.
Yeah, he's doing something I try to tell my teammates never to do. He's stretching for that shot.
Yeah, he wasn't built for this one. He did go 2 cushions, hitting all center diamonds, well played. It's got to get a little past the side on the side that the 7 ball is on to get ideal position on the 8. Chris is going to concede that game, and Scott takes a 5-3 lead in this fairly lukewarmly played match. They've had their moments of good play, but they've also batted some balls around too, which is. Any of you league players that are maybe getting a little bored with getting 5-6 shots a game, come out and give us a try on the Action Pool Tour. It's a regional tour that plays in Maryland and Virginia. We have 5 levels of player, and there are no handicaps. The only thing that's different is that the players are graded by their level of play, and their entry fees are according to their level. We have Chris Bruner, who's rated a semi-professional, Ray?
Yeah, Chris is, and Scott Roberts is rated as an advanced player.
Advanced, which is going to be 1 level under. So Chris is going to pay $80 to play in the event, and Scott would pay $60, and then you have the professionals like Wilkie that would pay $100, and then you're going to also have like your average good league players will play about 50, intermediate, and then we have novices. They're going to just test the waters out here,
Right.
and get the experience and the exposure. They pay $40, but you get a minimum of 2 matches, and it's alternate breaks, so you're going to get some opportunities at the table and not just get totally shellacked by some of these guys. Anyway, back to the action. Chris is going to fall reasonably on this ball. Oh, he got a little wrong on this ball. He needed to be a little short, if not. Yeah, he got on the wrong side of that 4 ball. Yeah, well, Efren Reyes might have put it there. But Chris could maybe make this ball rail first. I thought he had a reasonable enough chance at it, actually.
I did too. Usually, Chris has got extremely good talents, and usually sometimes if he gets himself in a bad spot, he usually knows how to get him out.
He's a regular performer in this room.
Yeah, just give me 1 second, George. You be playing him. You be playing the one at this table here.
Scott's a little short there. I think he's going to have to jump his rock here. He's going to check the wind currents over the 8-ball, make sure there's not a crosswind. Here he goes. He's going to stand up on milk carton and jump this ball. He commented to me.
Can I tag my opponent in for this?
You can do whatever you want. You're all right in my book, kiddo. Nice hit.
Hell, as bad as I'm playing right now, I think you did just fine.
This might be Leslie Carome for color track. Play the billiard off the 7 up table, two-way shot. Play the 9 and the safety at the same time. That would be my thought. Let's see what he comes up with here. It's his shot, not George's. Now he played the bank. And just poured the bank in and closes the gap to 5 games to 4. Nice bank.
Thought you were playing over there. Oh, it's your break, Scott. No. Is it 6-4 or 5-4?
I guess it's 5-4.
Thought you won. Didn't you win the last game?
5-4.
I don't know, the 5 ball might have him. He lost his toy in the corner pocket, and Bruner has an excellent opportunity to tie this match at 5 apiece. Ooh, almost rattled that ball. This is a nice natural around 3 rails here or 2 rails. I like the 2 rail shot. This one, all middle diamonds, nice market on the 5 ball. That's a good shot. Chris is going to have to come, looks like, to the short side on the 7 where that chalk was. Right where he's got his hand, he just put his hand down in there. Oh, he jarred the 6. Hit a little fat and a little hard at the same time. But this is hardly any piece of the easy position play for Scott. But it's a big game for him to hold on to his lead and be back 2 games ahead. This is tough. That's nowhere. Might have to play a very tough combination, but he's on the wrong side of it. Doesn't really have a good safety. Might play the 9 just for giggles. Oh! Scott makes the 9 on a combo, but loses his cue ball and scratches and that was very fortunate. Scott got a bad break, but then he got a break that Chris is going to have to play some creative pull here, even with ball in hand. He's going to have to draw it like between the mid diamond and the first diamond with the left hand ball. He's fanned it on it. That was. Now he's going to be relegated to who knows. I got him playing with low right. Oh, what a sellout. Huh, he gave it up. 6 games to 4 in favor of Roberts. He's a real friendly guy, Scott. Nice young man. His pool room is going to be really cool when they finally get it. He had a tough time. Had a tornado hit the room earlier this year, and he's going to have 6 full-size tables like this one they're playing on now, this diamond, and 12 bar tables for good bar table events and good tournaments. Chris is starting to get disenchanted looking. But he left Scott nothing but a kick it, I think. Yeah, Scott had a good hit at the ball. And he might have froze it on that cushion, too. It's close. Chris is looking somewhat hornswoggled by this because he doesn't really have a side rail kick route to this ball. He's looking 3 rails. He's gonna probably 3 rail this ball. Nope. He did bump the 4 and knocked it where a 2 doesn't maybe go past it, forcing Scott to play a different style of position than he might have had to play normally. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player in the same game constitutes loss of game. Maybe the deuce does fit past the 4. If so, he's only got the cut pocket to play into, the extreme right-hand point of the pocket as he sees it. All right, played the combo and got to hurry. He's good. Got to get the rake for goodness sake. No, this is dumb. Even though he might have done it okay, I think he'd have hit it better with the bridge. Huge game here. He's got a little faster angle than he might have liked. Oh, this is treacherous. He doesn't like this. This is 50-yard line all the way. When I say 50-yard line, I mean it's really no good in either pocket. It's a real fast cut in the side and the scratches available in the corner. And he loses his position. This is the shot of the match for Scott here. He can win this match right here with this shot, really. He drilled it good, but he shouldn't have had to work as hard. He went behind his back and got careless, and now he's using up all those tough shots. He's got scratching the side again. That was kind of like Alan Ladd movie, you know, at the end, that old actor. He was the gallant hero that always bit the bullet, and the violin started to play as he was on the bed coughing, and the beautiful girl was looking out into the sunrise, and, you know, a tragic hero. 6 games to 5. It would have been 7-4 and him on the break, and he'd have had some space. Instead, Chris has played just so-so and is in this match. Nothing fell. Well, that could have been worse. Chris might just bank this ball right here down to the up to the upper left pocket on your screen. Nope. Getting jumpy. You're jumpy. This one is over the ledge of that pocket. It's in there deep. This isn't as easy as it might look.
Yeah, I like this one a little better. Yeah, right?
Good shot. But there's a ton of pool. It's got to be played from here to be sure. I like the safety. Oh no, he's making the ball though. He made the ball. Oh. He's gonna have to get the jump cue out yet again. Unless he's got a direct hit at it, he's gonna have to jump this one. No, 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 no. That's hit the 9 is his only hope. Stone cold sellout. Somehow Chris is in this match. That was a little lacking. Might run into the 9. Well, gonna sell for a long shot on the 7. Little inside ball. This angle's pretty fast, actually. He could scratch. That's why my name's on the card, folks. I've been watching this too long. Well, they took turns making the ball and scratching, so it's 7-5 in favor of Roberts. They just, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Chris crushes those balls out of just pure frustration. And he's got 4 balls hanging, 5 balls hanging over the hole. This is looking like a pretty good run out here. Make the 2 correctly. Took an extra little. Oh, he got away with not hitting the 5. This is the shot right here. These balls are easy if he gets on the 5. Just got to make a ball straight in and just shoot and stop right on his mark. Just like that. The 7, Chris concedes him. Scott's on the hill, 8 games to 5. That was a strong out from Scott there off of Chris's dry break. And it looks like Scott is might have to play his road buddy, Cameron, who I believe triumphed over Roberto Gonzalez unfortunately by forfeit in their match. I might be wrong, but I kept looking over my shoulder and I didn't. He's been walking back and forth, so. Well, this is hard to get behind like this when you're playing the alternate break game. It was kind of an indifferent effort from Chris Bruner in that match. Roberts takes it down by a score of 9 games to 5. We'll be back in a few minutes for their next live stream match. Scott Roberts advances to the hot seat and is guaranteed 3rd. Chris Bruner is guaranteed 5th, 6th. Now, thanks again to our sponsors.